What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going over the hip hop artist known as One of One. We ran a campaign for about 7.5 weeks or so, and these are the results: 20,000 streams, 4,600 listeners, 4.2 streams per listener in that time frame, 1,200 playlist ads, and 1,700 saves. I ran an ad for $10 a day, and we left it on, like I said, for 7 weeks. And these are the results. You can see how it compounded and compounded. And all of this was all organic from the meta ads, the Instagram ads, Facebook ads, but he didn't really get a Discover Weekly boost until March 3rd. We ran the campaign from January 12th to March 12th. So it took almost 5 weeks or so. Yeah, about 5 weeks. And on March 3rd, he got the first Discover Weekly. And then after that, it was a bigger boom on March 10th. And he's been getting Discover Weekly ever since. Before this, he didn't run any ads for the song. The song was originally released June 23rd, 2023. So we took an older song from his catalog that he wanted to try to hit some algorithmic pushes and just run some ads for it. And you can do this with any song. Doesn't matter how old your catalog is. You can take any song, year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and if you run ads long enough and they're optimized and you're getting good results, you will get algorithmic pushes from Spotify. Doesn't matter how old the song is. You don't need to release music every single month. It helps, obviously, for just the consistency and your chances for release radar to get, higher and higher if you're consistent with releasing. But if you can't, take any old song. It's new to the world, basically. There's billions of people in the world, and it's going to be fresh to someone. And especially if the song never really got any play before that. If I go into the results, and I'll show you the last 12 months. Before this, look at this. Nothing. Some days 0, 3 streams, 2 streams. So basically nothing. He had 30,000 streams in the last 12 months. So that means he had 10,000 streams before we started this. And you see the quite contrast. Nothing was happening. This guy, he releases music quite often, almost every week, every other week. He's really consistent, but nothing before that. Started running ads, and look, people love the song. Obviously, with the 4.2 streams per listener and the 20,000 streams. If we go into playlist, last 28 days, as you see, Discover Weekly, 2,600 streams, radio, 726. I recommended starting a playlist. So we made a playlist where I put Runaways on top of the playlist and 780 streams. So we're driving people to the playlist, and he has multiple songs on that as well. So we're doing a combination. So we're getting more streams with not just Runaways, but with his rest of his catalog in this playlist that he added. But we're driving it to Runaways ultimately in the end. And as you can see from the playlist, he didn't really get any algorithmic pushes. It took, like I said, about 5 weeks before he got Discover Weekly. He wasn't even getting radio. And the popularity score is above 25%. I mean, if we look at it right now he's at 31% from Runaways. But it took forever. And for some reason, his songs were just not getting pushed by Spotify. But eventually, Discover Weekly has kicked in, and he is now. So I'm going to hop into Ads Manager. I'm going to show you his results from this whole period we were running ads from January 12th to March 12th. And as you can see, I didn't make that many ad sets. I just did verse 1, verse 2, chorus to verse 1. And all of this was a tier 1 with a few tier 2 countries, which I'll share with you all in a bit. And then I started a tier 3 with Mexico, Chile, Argentina, all South America, Eastern Europe, and all the rest of those countries with tier 1 and tier 2. Later on, as you can see, the amount spent for that was only $60, but majority of the budget was $483 into the tier 1, tier 2 location setup. But I started to do tier 3 because I wanted to optimize more results, and I knew I could get a lower cost per result because we had 18 cents right now going, and majority you're going to see is going to the US and Canada, if I remember correctly. So I just wanted to try to push more results, and it helped because he got Discover Weekly, sure enough, shortly after that. But as you can see, cost per result for the tier 3 was 13 cents and 18 cents. Like usual, I made a creative ad for this song. He doesn't show his face. Like many of the artists I help out do not show their face. I make a creative visual short, what I've mentioned in previous ads on my other channel. And it's just a creative, eye-catching visual that goes with the music, and it gets people to click on it. So that's your marketing right there. I'm going to share with you that later on in the video as well. But right now, these are the results for Ads Manager. The total budget was spent was $562. Like I said, we spent about $10 a day. $10 a day. So if we ran it for 8 weeks, it would have hit that set $600 mark. I recommend a minimum of $10 a day if you can. If you have a song that you've never promoted, or it's a new song, you can go less than that, $5. But really, if you want to push the song for a whole month, like do a campaign for a whole month, save up $300 and do $10 a day for the month. And then after that, if you notice that you're getting great results, scale down. You can do $5, $3, $2, $1. And depending on how good the results are. If you have amazing results like this, like tier 3 at 13 cents, you could run it for $1 a day and you'll still get results. I've done that many, many times, and you get results. You may not get the algorithmic push as much anymore. Eventually that'll fade, but you'll still get people coming from the outside from the ads, and they'll be saving the song, add in playlist, and you'll be still getting traction. Why not? I've been running $1 ads for songs for well over 1 year, and they've just kept on getting more and more traction. So it's not that much. It's $300 less than this in a whole year. So I want to share with you some other key features, key metrics that you may find insightful. So like I mentioned, United States is on top. Oh, Canada is actually number 5. Yeah, 5. But majority was United States. United States, 16 cents. France, 19 cents. Conversion. Germany, Poland, Canada, Italy, South Korea, Hungary, and Japan. Spain, Austria, UK, Belgium, Netherlands. So these are top tier countries, and the conversion is great. Placements was Instagram Reels on top, feed, and stories, and then Facebook feed. I added Facebook feed, but only $6 went there in the 7 weeks, so it wasn't that much. Now I'm going to go into the ad and actually show you how I set up the ad. Like I mentioned, he's a hip hop artist, but he makes a different type of hip hop. I would say alternative hip hop. He told me it's called funk, P-H-O-N-K, funk rap, if I'm saying that correctly. And I would say alternative rap. So we're going to go into the creative. I'm going to show you exactly what I targeted, all the locations, like I mentioned, tier 1 and tier 2, and I'm going to show you the visual. And we're just going to walk through it, and so you can just replicate what I did. If you make hip hop music or any type of music, you just change a little bit of the targeting and you'll be fine. All right, so let's do this. So if you are new here, you're always going to go to this green button with a plus symbol that says create, and you're just going to hit create. And then you're going to get this screen that pops up, and I always do engagement. Okay, now I'm in one of one the Runaways campaign. And this would be the very first page that you would see. In the beginning, I did the campaign budget. That's why I had those about 5 ads. I had about 4 creatives. I hit this feature, and I set the budget for $10. And I let Facebook determine which ad was performing the best. I ran all the same creative for this campaign, but I changed the part of the song in each ad. So I did, like I said, as you see on the left, chorus to first verse, just the first verse, second verse, chorus to verse 1, and put all 4 of those ads out. And I hit this campaign budget optimization and set it to $10. You won't spend more than $10, and Facebook will determine which ad is performing the best. And once you figure out and see in the coming days, in the beginning of the week or whenever you're doing this, you're going to see which ad Facebook is determining which is the best. And you'll see the best results. Maybe some of the budget's going to the other ads, maybe none of it, and they've already figured out which one. After you've determine which ad is performing the best, turn off the other ads and rock and roll with the highest performing ad. But besides that, you wouldn't touch anything on this first page. So after you hit continue, you're going to get to the ad set name page. and you're going to go down to conversion. You're going to put website. You're going to scroll down. You're going to hit your correct pixel. And then for conversion event, you're going to do view content. If you're using a landing page like ToneDen or Submithub, it's view content. If you're doing hype edit, you're going to have to set up a custom conversion event. You're going to go down to your daily budget. And then you're going down to your locations. And these are the locations that I use for this campaign. As you see here in where it says Japan, I put Tokyo because sometimes when you add Japan, they love hip hop. They have a huge hip hop culture in Japan. And sometimes when you run an ad and it clicks, majority of the budget, it's almost like they're like a tier 3 country list. I almost consider them tier 3 sometimes because sometimes, and I've noticed this, is if you just do Japan only, if it clicks with Japan, all your budget's going to go there. It's not going to disperse in other countries. So what I've done to kind of balance it out, I've done Tokyo, and that has worked. Sometimes it doesn't work. It still goes all to Tokyo. But as you saw in this campaign, United States, France, Germany, Canada, and Poland were on top, and then Tokyo was a little bit further down the list. So you can try to do Japan first, but then if you notice a lot of your budget's going there, I recommend just Tokyo, or just don't use it at all. That might be best. But this is my list I did for this particular campaign. I use this one kind of most of the time when I start a new campaign because these are top tier countries, and then maybe some of them I'll get rid of, but this is pretty standard. Japan is basically, sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. If I don't want to deal with that, what I just explained. But I'll put this country list in the description below, so you just copy and paste it there, make it all easy for everybody. So if you want this list, no need to screenshot it, just it'll be in the description. Okay, as we scroll down, you're going to get to your ages and detail targeting. Right here, I put 18 to 49 for this one. And for interest, it was just plain hip hop music. I tried it out and it worked. And as you've seen, it's been getting results. So it was simple. I just tried it. Even though it's kind of alternative, like I said, alternative rap, funk rap, hip hop music worked. I mean, the comments on Instagram are insane. So many people love this song. They comment banger, love it. They're asking for what platforms it's on. So a lot of high engagement on the ad itself. So many comments and likes. So after that, you're going to go down to placements and you're going to choose manual placements. This is what I did for this campaign. Facebook feed, Instagram feed, explore home, both Instagram stories, Facebook stories, Messenger stories, and Instagram Reels. And that's it. You could actually subtract some of these like Messenger stories, Facebook stories, and you'd be good. These are optional. Messenger stories and Facebook stories is optional. But with a top tier country list, you'll be fine. If you start doing tier 3, I would recommend taking all Facebook off in the beginning. So then you're going to hit continue. And this is where we get to the add visual page, what they call add name page. Make sure your Instagram and Facebook pages are correct. I ran this campaign from my music label for him since he doesn't really use Instagram. He's not active on it. So I was like, I could just run it from my label account. And like I said, this is where I use Submithub. He got so many requests for SoundCloud. He's like, recently actually. So we just added this, but we just did Spotify and music for majority of the time. This was just added not that long ago because he was getting a handful of people asking to post it on there. But this is why I like Submithub. It's fresh and clean. You have the artwork. Make sure you don't have where you can play it, but yeah, the artwork, and then you have your streaming services. And it's also free. That's why I like it. And it's reliable. So if we go in, since I was on Submithub, I'll just show you his results. Just so you can see the conversion rate. So as you can see, he's a couple 30, 40, but majority is 50, 60, 70%. 50, 60, a 50-60% conversion rate. That's an excellent ad, running ad. Obviously 18 cents conversion rate for tier 1 is popping. You're doing well, and everything's going to the United States. But if you're at a CTR above 50%, the ad's going to be rolling excellently. If you're under 50, between 40 and 50, you're getting decent results. If you're under 40, you got to do some work. You can still get results, but it won't be that great. You'll be getting results, but you need to make some changes in your ad. So back to the ad. This is where you put your primary text. Some people just put, I've seen so many people just put the name of the artist and the song, listen now. You can, I guess people don't really pay attention to it. I always like putting, a little description, hey guys, or hey, what's up hip hop heads? We have music coming from 101 called the Runaways. Click it if this is your vibe. Simple, but people may not read it. They may, but at least put your name and the title of the song in it. And like I've mentioned this in the past, they have an AI feature, so just type and it gives you a lot of options. Make sure this is unclicked though, when it says apply all text variations, because then it'll be using this as well in the ad. But you can copy and paste any of these if you like. Headline, I just put the name of the artist and the title. Again, make sure apply all text variations is not clicked. Description, they have this on some accounts, some don't. I just copy and paste what I put in the primary text to here, because sometimes it uses the description. It's weird. I don't know why, but sometimes does. And one of the most important things to do is call to action. Make sure you do listen now. It'll always say learn more first. And that's it. That's how you set it up. I'm going to share what I did for the ad, what I created. So a little bit of anime, a little bit of visuals, photographs, GIFs, a combination of things really, but all edited. I did this in Final Cut Pro. All right, guys, I'll show you his results for this 7-week and some days campaign that I ran for $10 a day. These are the results again. And that was how I set up the ad for 1 of 1. Just follow those steps if you make hip hop music. If you don't make hip hop music, then you can just change the detailed targeting, whether it's indie pop, indie music, pop music, EDM. Keep it simple. Don't get too crazy with the targeting. You can start with genres, and then once you have an ad rocking and rolling, you can experiment a little bit with maybe tagging some artists, some niche genres. But once you have a solid ad, that will be your home base, and then you could do whatever you want with that, experiment with it, basically try different things and try to get better results if your results are not great already. And guys, I hope this video you found helpful in your music journey. If I left out anything, or you want to see anything, or have any questions or anything at all, just leave in the comment section below. I'll try to go over it and I'll answer your question, of course. But that is it for now. I'll see you in the next video. I'm Z, and good luck with the music.